Hey guys, this is it. This is Breach, and this is the finale of Dragon Warrior 1. Now, I'm going to go ahead and lead off by letting you know that this is 3 segments spliced together. The middle segment got corrupted when I was recording, so I went back and reran through the castle as a level 19 just to save time for my last save before I did it before. So, we'll have the initial segment of getting to the strongest weapon in the game. That's level 21. That's what you're watching now. And then at the end, you'll have the fight with the Dragon Lord. Also, level 21. But the middle section from the sword to the Dragon Lord is going to be level 19. So, just a heads up. Just so you guys don't think I'm pulling anything shifty with the numbers there, because they're going to be off. But anyway, you get into the Dragon Lord's castle. You're going to want to go counterclockwise. So you go through the door, which should be your final key if you just bought the 6 that you needed. I always keep spares in case I screw stuff up. But you'll move counterclockwise, and eventually you'll come down on the staircase down. Now, this is kind of a maze, so be sure you're following where we're going. Next floor, you're going to go clockwise, and there are a bunch of offshoots that lead to dead ends. Essentially, you'll want to take the most efficient path in a giant circle around, and you'll get to the stairs. But you'll also notice that now that we're down here, enemies much stronger. There's 2 other variants of dragons that you'll see in this video, and I think you see the red one in this video. But that was the blue dragon right there. He'll hit you pretty damn hard. And there's also, the variants of the knight. There's another variant of the golem goldman, the stone man. Druin Lord's the final variant of the magician prestidigitator, and the werewolves. So you have a lot of stuff that just wants to kill you. Its sole purpose is to kill you. And I pause there because I always get turned around trying to find the staircase. Now, this 3rd floor, you're going to want to go counterclockwise again to get to the staircase. There's going to be a decoy staircase that you're going to run into before you get to the real one that you should take. And that's part of how these games were back then. I mean, people make jokes about Final Hallway 13, but it's because, back in RPGs, you had dead ends, pitfalls, the works. And you had to navigate your way around, map it out yourself, or have a map. Like, when I was a kid, I used to ask for graphing paper as, something to pick up at the store so that I could make maps of these games as I was going along and not get lost, or I could come back to and do it again. Really helpful in Zelda, in this, Final Fantasy, a couple other games. Metroid was a nasty one that there was no map in, and if you didn't either make a map or have a map, there was no way you knew where you were going. Fortunately, it's really not that well bricked off for you there. You had to kind of guesstimate. Super Metroid, whenever they, brought in the actual map, you had the mini map in the corner you could see, and that lets you know kind of pixel by pixel how to make your map. But it's still, I don't know how people got through that game with every hallway and corridor looking the same. But enough about games that we're not playing. We're playing Dragon Warrior, and we're finishing Dragon Warrior. Now, 4th floor, you're going to want to go straight down and into this little section. It's cut off. Once you do, hook straight up, go upstairs. Now, here, you're not going to have any more decoys as you work your way up to the sword. Just go for the straightforward path, leads you to the chest, which is the only way you can get to this chest. It's the strongest sword in the game, the Loto sword. Yeah, another 15 strong, or 12 stronger than the flame sword. Now, we saw the cut. We are no longer level 21, we are now 19, which means when we approach the Dragon Lord, our MP is going to be off from what it is. MP and HP are going to be off from what it is whenever we fight him, because level 19 in this game is not a happy fight. That fight is a war of attrition. After you get back to that room where you looped up to the staircase that went up, you want to go down and then go straight to the right. There's a little alcove here. You take it, go north, and you're on a straightforward path at this point. There's really... the only way you can screw it up is by mismanaging your resources and dying, or going into the battle with not enough MP. Which, the first recording of this game that I did, where everything got corrupted, that was kind of what I did. Was I went in and, I got some lucky criticals that let me win, but I mismanaged my MP along the way. You want to go into that fight with, about 90 to 100 MP. You're going to be using that Heal More spell a lot throughout the fight. Now we're almost there. You have one room that is a U. Literally, you just go down, left, and then up. It's a giant U, and that'll put you on the second to last floor. The next floor is even more straightforward than this one, although it looks like it shouldn't be. If you didn't know it, what it was going in, it would be a little more confusing, and you'd run into more random battles. But the next floor is not going to be, a deal breaker for you. It's not going to be the run killer. And we have a Axe Knight beforehand, and these guys cast the works. If you've got a spell, they've got a spell. And that was the only fight I've run from in the entire game, and that's because I came back through with a level 19 and wanted to be able to actually, get this off so I didn't have to spend more time grinding. Now this floor, like I said, if you don't know it, you might not know that you can just go straight right. And now we're on the final floor of the Dragon Lord's Castle Charlock. On this floor, you have 3 enemies you can run into. Axe Knights, Stone Men, Red Dragons. That's it. And they're pretty common encounters, and they will hit you hard. Don't be afraid to heal, but be sure to try and, keep your resources up. I'm being a little liberal with the healing in this part, just because it was a level 19. Like I said, I didn't want to have to spend the extra time grinding it back up to 21, since I didn't save immediately before going into the castle like a dum-dum. Save early, save often. It's like old people voting. That's how it's always been in RPGs. It's how it should be in the good ones. They should be challenging enough that if you don't save, you get punished for it. And one last fight before we go up and talk to the Dragon Lord, which is only going to be like the 4th or 5th NPC that's not a shopkeeper that we've talked to. It's kind of strange, really. I mean, once you know how to play the game, you just breeze through it and don't bother talking to the NPCs. And here is the cut now. Level 22, like I said. I don't know why. Well, I know why. It's because my CPU setup is not good enough to record and play at the same time for more than like 7 to 8 minutes, so I cut up into sections while I'm playing on the recording, and I accidentally ran over time with that middle segment because of random encounters. Now, we came into it with 92 HP. We got a very lucky critical off the bat. He healed, so he kind of counterbalanced everything we did. You'll notice in the beginning, he asked you to join him. If you accidentally say yes, he'll then ask you to hand him your sword. And then if you say yes again, game over. Now, if you say no, he'll be like, really? Well, then you'll have to fight me. Are you sure? Yeah. But, the first form goes down pretty quickly. He'll hit you with some magic. It hurts a bit, but, it's just like every other big enemy that we fought along the way. Second form, because that was not even his final form. You want to make sure you always have more than 60 HP, because he'll do his Intense Flames attack for about 50 on you, and he'll straight up hit you for 40 to 50 generally. So, like I said, it's a war of attrition. Heal whenever you're getting low, hit him whenever you're not. Sometimes even whenever you drop to 80 and you know it's coming, go ahead and heal, just to save yourself the trouble of having to go through it again. But yeah, just trade hits all day long. If you come into this at level 30, he'll go down really, really quickly. I think we get a couple extra criticals in here. Yeah, there we go. 130 is a lot better than 20 at a time. I think the criticals actually saved us from running into MP issues, because without that, it would have been a problem. But that, my friends, is Dragon Warrior 1. You kill the Dragon Lord, grab the Orbital Light, and peace return to the world. Warps you out of the castle automatically, and you just have to make your way back to Tanagle. We're lazy, don't feel like walking the whole way. But, you know, you can return. If you walk the whole way, no more random encounters. The world is at peace again. Now that we're done with Dragon Warrior, I'm going to go ahead and let everyone know officially the next LP is going to be Pokemon Blue. In it, I'm going to catch all 151 Pokemon without trading and without using cheat codes. There are a couple glitches that I'll exploit, and I'll try not to make them too game-breaking for, you know, gameplay, because I will be playing through the game normal, like going through the Elite Four and everything. But yeah, so if you want to tune in for that, be sure to hit that subscribe button, follow me on Twitter and Patreon, donate to me on Patreon if you feel like it's worth it. And thank you very much. Have a great day.